Hey, you sons of bitches! It's Spartacus
and Honeybee,
and we're reporting on our Fight Night events of the 19th and 21st of April.
Go NDSB crew! We're
but
growing.
Before, we want to celebrate 300 plus subscribers!
Yes, sir! We had Worried Yard 3547 and Milestone 900, properly named, I should say, for our 300 subscribers.
Absolutely.
We also had a little bit of fun with the Corleones before that, and I have to say kudos out to VDoc who sent us a message and subscribed. Thanks a lot.
And that's pretty cool, because I don't know if you recall on our last video, we were celebrating maybe making 300, and by the weekend we were already at 320. So we are growing at a really nice pace.
And of course, our goal is 420, woohoo! So we'll make that magical video then.
That's right. Keep sharing our videos and posting them on other community boards like you've been doing. It's awesome.
Yeah, and share the YouTube link, you guys, and get your friends and family to join us. It's so exciting to see it growing and growing.
Yeah, we're trying to have more variety of events also coming up in the next Wacky Wednesdays. We had GTA, we went back last week, and we've been doing events like that. But now we have a party pack with Jack in the Box. So we'll be trying that this weekend. You can jump in with your phones.
Not the weekend, actually, on Wednesday.
No, this Wednesday, absolutely, yeah.
And you can jump in with your phones or your tablets, and we might even try like that fibbage game. That's kind of like a, who's the best liar, who's the best bluffer, and you vote on the answers.
And the party box also, if you're not able to make it to the one match, let's say that one first match, you can always participate as a spectator in an audience. So it's a nice, interesting venue.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing it over the mixer.
I just have to jump in here and say, wow, like Gas Monkey and Neon Viper and all of these new guys, Josh Andrews that showed up. In fact, this was a funny night because we showed up at a place. Was it this first night or on Sunday night when we first showed up?
It was on this night.
Yeah,
we showed up at a fort and there was already kind of a fight going on.
Yeah,
with
between
guys.
7 or 8 different guys.
And we met a couple of them and they joined our event that night, and we decided to go maybe in a place where it's easier to control the event, maybe focus a bit more.
Yeah.
So we chose the gazebo because it's a great place to focus on the fighters.
Right behind the St. Denis Mansion there, right along the river. It's nice because you can have only the two. Yeah, actually we have had night fights here before, and but it runs pretty smooth because of course you can just have the two fighters in the gazebo, and that was really nice. This coming Friday, starting on Fridays, like we've mentioned it before, but we really are going to push it this Friday, that the champions, anybody that's won an event, will sit out on Friday nights. Don't forget to register for these events, you guys, on Fridays and Sundays. Champions, of course, you're allowed to fight on Sundays, so it'll be kind of more like, new fighters and newcomers, and a different chance for different people that haven't won a championship to fight on Fridays, and then Sundays, champions, you can still register.
Absolutely, and there's a couple things we want to tweak, like the finals. I want to maybe start including broadcast from the fighters so that I can have an official go make sure that everything is okay, to reassure the other fighters that no one's cheating, no one's boosting, because you know how it is. The bigger the fights become, when we lose, some people think, oh my goodness, how come I lost? I'm so good, I need to know. And that way we're see-through and everyone's vetted. So I think it would be the fastest way to do it, and it worked well. We tried it and it actually worked pretty well.
And here we come to our final fight on Friday, and it was against Big Man Moose, who is moving up those ranks. I tell you, every week he's getting tougher and tougher. And Rend 187
fighting for his second championship on that Friday night.
Yeah.
So it was a awesome venue. We went to the roofs at the end. Like, we always attract people. Sometimes it's good attention, sometimes it's bad attention, but we do have a couple backup spots to go to make sure the event rolls smoothly, and so we did that.
And it was Easter weekend, and we found on Friday night for sure there was a lot of people online, a lot of people following us. We met a lot of new fighters, and on Friday night's champ, Rend 187. Congratulations, Rend. And then we jumped over on Sunday, fight night, April 22nd. Where did we jump to here?
Easter
Holy
night.
smokes.
So I was surprised there were so many sons of bitch
that.
actually that made it up, but I don't know if you noticed, we also had a new setup on that night. We had cameras. We went and purchased cameras, Honeybee and I, for our stream, so you could actually see our new little mini studio. That's right, we got ourselves a new studio in the basement so our children could have access to their living room again, since we're committing to this NDSB crew thing.
Yeah, so you can actually follow both Spartacus and myself on Mixer, Honeybee NDSB and Spartacus NDSB. And don't forget that we are on Discord. We'd love for you to join us on Discord. And on Wix. Wix is still easier. A lot of people love that app. It's quicker to register for our events. And remember that Spartacus puts new events up every every week.
Yeah, Discord is a great way to see the other games where we play and where other sons of bitches are hanging out. And, well, the Wix app makes my life easier, and I'm trying to find ways to motivate you to do it. So maybe I won't put your names in the stats if you're not registered. That might be a way to motivate you guys to do something.
I also wanted just to quickly mention when Spartacus mentioned broadcasting our finals, make sure that you've joined us on our Xbox club, because then if you're part of the club, we can just quickly jump to your name through our club page and see your broadcast right then. I wanted to talk a little bit about location. I know a lot of people are whining and complaining about some of the locations being repetitive, like when we jump back to the caves when we've been griefed. Up here on this waterfall rock, although it's a very beautiful location to look at, I know a lot of people were complaining that they felt like there was a little bit of lag when we're on this rock, because it does have a little bit of unlevelness to it. But if you know of other nice, flat, isolated areas that are not easy to grief and would be a cool idea, just write it in the comments down below this video if you can. That would be great. And a reminder out there to everybody that if you want to have a practice fight with somebody, please ask them first, or just send them a quick little message saying, want to fight or practice, ? It's just courtesy. And a lot of people, sometimes when they take a knee, or they're resting, it's because they have just fought or they are just healing up, right? So they don't want to be jumped right then because they're trying to heal up. So please be courteous enough to ask that.
Or they just maybe want to watch the fights and not want to be bothered. So please don't interfere with people unless you have a communication with them, especially if you're not on the same party and they have no clue what your intentions are. Speaking of which, if people approach us, please don't be hostile towards them, because a lot of the times you guys don't know who all the sons of bitches are. We do attract new members, and our first intention is to be peaceful.
And
I'll deal with the security myself if there's an issue, and if ever I do need help, I will request it personally. But unless I've asked you to, please don't interfere, don't shoot, don't try to make your own security. You would never go to someone's party or to a concert and decide to do security there. So please, it's the same when you show up to our events. Don't improvise yourself as the security guard.
Okay, speaking of also another request we've had, and I know a lot of people have asked this, is they find that some people start to get antsy if they've had their 2 fights and they've been knocked out. So we are going to start doing those lower and higher brackets, but I do need somebody to, probably either myself or Spartacus, to help us and to run that lower bracket, so that once people have been kind of eliminated from the higher bracket, they'll go into another session, start the lower bracket, and we'll have 2 champs that night, the champ from the lower bracket and the champ from the higher bracket.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have been complaining a little bit because when our first round is really like a round robin, right? We have 2 fights each. You end up with 2-0, 1-1, and 0-2. And then if you have 2 wins and 1 loss, some people were a little bit upset. They wanted to keep moving forward.
But the way to make it to this final that we're seeing right now between Mr. Bice and Ren is that once you're in the semifinals, because we give everybody 2 fights, but once you're in the semifinals, once you're knocked out, you're out, and that's the way we roll. And if you're knocked out in the semifinals, it might be heartbreaking, but even though you've been undefeated until that point, it might be your last fight for the night. So please don't take offense, but we do have to find a way to make the events be 2 hours long, and unless we have that magic
and
16
there it is.
or
Do
32,
we see? Oh no, they knocked
it's
off
almost impossible to have a bracket.
Yes, there it is. And you
so
see
we had
Ren,
a nice
tonight's champion.
Ren, he was 2 nights in a row.
Oh yes, that became his 3rd championship. Congratulations,
so Ren. Owned the week. Ren,
he did.
Congratulations.
You're sitting out Friday, mister, but you can fight Sunday.
You're now a 3-time champion.
Yeah, congratulations.
You've joined the strengths of Honeybee and Street.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, you guys.
Yeah, and watch us on Mixer.
NDSB